So as Roland, you stumble out the front door.
He busts out the front door. Maxwell, you old peach, what's wrong? What's wrong, darling?
You see a few of the townsfolk outside.
Oh, the irregulars have arrived.
Come on, guys, we're buying.
You guys sit down. Waitress takes care of you. The barmaid. There's not much special here. They have ale, they have wine, and then they have just some very basic meals, just like meat and bread, basically. Are you guys going to drink, or are you just having a drink?
It always starts with one and then winds up the other, doesn't it?
I think Laya has the intention of drinking.
Gotcha.
Orlo is just going to eat food. He's recovering.
Okay.
Roland goes up to the bar, kind of next to Gad where he's sitting, and he says to the bartender or the barmaid, whatever the largest quantity of ale that you can sell, I will have 2 for this fine gentleman here, a hometown hero returned, I'll have you know. And a round of them for the motley crew at the table behind me, please.
Oh my God, Motley Crue's here. She pulls out a abnormally large stein and kind of sets it on the table. It's for reference, it is 2 pints together, and says, "This is the biggest one I've got. Is that okay?"
May Ares bless you, young woman. Yes, ma'am.
So she fills those up for all of you. And that'll be there's 5 of you, right? Yeah. That's 1 silver.
I got it.
Absolutely not. You said, and I quote, old Rolly has you.
I'm only gonna argue with you so hard, holy man.
Roland is going to take a gold piece and set it on the bar and push it over and say, keep them coming.
She immediately snatches it off the bar and goes, uh-huh.
And while I have your attention, in the past several weeks, has a man come through, bald fella in knight's garb, with a young man with him, maybe asking after raw material or ancient secrets, that sort of thing.
She kind of giggles a little bit and goes, I don't know about the second one as much, but definitely the first.
About how long ago was that?
Maybe 2 months, a month. I'm not quite sure exactly, but not too terribly long ago.
Do you know where he was headed?
He didn't give that information, nor did I particularly ask, unfortunately, but I know that he said they had come from Barisa, so I imagine they either headed towards Braden or Elmenhof, if I had to take a guess.
Well, he wasn't in Braden, so Elmenhof it is. Thank you, ma'am.
And she kind of just gives you a small, coy smile and is just tucks the gold piece and kind of in her side pocket.
Roland shoots her a wink and pushes the stein full of ale over to Kat, and then goes back to the table.
When you're coming back to the table, I'm looking at Laya and Orlo. So, we're off to Elmenhof after this, isn't it?
Yes, Elmenhof. That's correct.
Remind me again, what is it we're looking for there? Proof of this lady tentacle face. What?
Lady Alhaya. She's supposed to be from there originally.
Right. Sorry, I'd forgotten that.
Would that name mean anything to me?
You also recognize. I don't remember what I told you, Emmerin. You recognized it, correct? But you didn't know of her specifically, right?
Yeah, it's like a name that you like. Yeah, I'm sure I've heard of that before. She's some hoity-toity something or other, but no real detail.
Yeah. So probably relatively the same. You would have heard of her, especially in your position. She was a princess. She was royalty. The name would ring a bell, but specifics would probably not be something you would be super aware of, especially being the distance. While it isn't extremely large, is large enough that it's not somebody you would have interacted with specifically.
Elmenhof, then. I hear it's lovely this time of year.
Based on what I know of it, that's not correct.
You both would know this. It is a very tropical city.
Did I take it all back?
It is one of the furthest points south in, not only Capinga, but the rest of the world. And it is tropical. It is, think, almost like Maya Aztec type civilization.
If it wouldn't be too much of a burden, I would love to accompany y'all there.
And what business do you have in Elmenhof then?
My friend Michelle may be down in Elmenhof. That's the best lead I have right now.
I like him. I think he should come along.
Well, thank you,
In
Orlo.
numbers.
Oh, you heard the big man. He's the leader of the group, after all.
Well, then allow me to buy y'all several beers.
Emmerin will kick Wyatt under the table, just like a.
Yeah. when he says he's the leader of the group, I'm just gonna like look at him like, what the fuck?
So as you guys kind of continue your evening, after about 2 hours pass, Gad is sufficiently plastered. But you do start to hear Max causing a little bit of a fuss outside.
How plastered am I?
Make a constitution check.
Oh, we doing con rolls for drunkenness. Welcome to D&D.
Either you can make a con roll or we can slam 5 shots.
That's a gentleman's one.
You're feeling pretty great. You think you feel fantastic and do not believe you're drunk in the slightest.
And let me tell you another thing, Emmerin. I am the steadiest sword hand, perhaps, in this province.
I'm also gonna make a constitution check just to see how saucy I am.
Con checks all around.
Con check.
I wasn't. I had the one drink. I'm not drinking. I'm recovering.
Orlo's completely sober.
Oh wow, that's different.
I don't.
Oh, that's different.
Orlo doesn't get fucked up multiple nights in a row.
I got a 7.
Of course you did.
You know there's other numbers you can roll, right?
Tell that to D&D Beyond.
And your physical dice, for that matter.
I
got a
only tried it
13.
once on the physical dice.
Somehow next to Orlo, I am the most sober.
So Emmerin, you're drunk, but you're fine. Laya, you are also very drunk and think you're great.
Just see here, just like,
You know what? You know something. You are great. And don't you let any of these jackals tell you otherwise.
call me a jackal.
No, not you. I mean generally the jackals.
And who are the jackals?
Oh, you've met surely you've seen and met and been amongst the jackals. I believe my horse is making a ruckus.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, hear the horse.
Yes, you
Gentlemen, ma'am. And Roland gets up and like shoves his chair like way too far back when he stands up. and then stumbles at the front door.
Orlo leans over to Emmerin.
Sorry, go ahead.
and he's like, "Did he get more difficult to understand? Right? Like, did you pick up on any of that?"
I don't know. I think as I drink more of this, I think I'm beginning to understand them a little better.
Is that the trick?
I think it might be. He's going to point at Sir Roland's glass, and if it's at all anything taken out of it, he's going to look at the bartender and be like, yeah, I want to see this guy fucked.
Yep. And she, gladly brings over another drink. So.
And I'll I'm going to be like hiccuping, and I'll look over at Emmerin and be like, still think I have a stick up my ass, do you?
Darling, I haven't said that for about a day. But yeah.
What's that, a new record?
Probably, yeah. That's about right.
You know, I really like this drinking thing. My parents never let me. I don't know why.
I like how you're like a little bit too loud too, like
and the Cockney.
And the Cockney. Drinking certainly has its advantages.
That's great. I love it.
Well, you might change your tune on that one tomorrow morning, but as for now.
And I'll just hiccup again and be like, what? Why?
Oh, never mind, darling.
So as Roland, you stumble out the front door.
You bust out the front door. Maxwell, you old peach. What's wrong? What's wrong, darling?
You see a few of the townsfolk outside. We'll say the word militia loosely. Kind of surrounding Steve.
Oh, the irregulars have arrived.
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen, please, if I may have your attention. He steadies himself on the hitching post. I'm afraid that nobody gets a viewing for free. It's a copper piece each.
And they all kind of like pause, and they the first guy looks at the guy next to him, and he starts to reach in his pocket.
No.
And the guy next to him smacks him. And he's like,
one day they'll get jokes out here, son. It'll be a great day for all of us. May I help you? I'm a parcel to the party responsible for this beast.
Also, from inside, can we hear any of this?
Judging by how drunk he is, you 100% hear him.
Yeah. Orlo hears just a ruckus happening outside and is curious, so just kind of stands up and walks over and kind of leans in the door frame and then just starts watching what's going on.
I'll say that Emmerin is showing Laya a drinking game with some dice while we're at it.
I am enthusiastically participating.
It's not a game. It's whatever you roll, Emmerin makes you drink.
I am oblivious to this fact.
Yeah.
What? Can I play that game? I like this game.
I have a game to show you then. You'll love it.
So, Orlo, you're going to go out and check and see what's going on.
Merely observing at this moment.
You see exactly what's going on. Sir Roland is loudly explaining that the owlbear is not a problem, and the militia do not see it that way.
Who is your commodore?
Commodore.
And the guy that answers you's like, I don't even know what that word means.
Your sergeant at arms, sir. Your commanding officer.
We don't have those here?
Well then, whose idea was it to come bother the owlbear?
We're not. He's bothering everybody. Look at him, and literally,
He was no.
Steve
sir.
is asleep.
And I say this respectfully. He was alone when I went into that bar, and now when I come out, he has an entire gallery here harassing him. Look, he wouldn't harm a fly.
Have you seen what an owlbear can do to somebody?
Have you ever seen an owlbear eat a fly?
I don't. I can't say that I have.
Well, I give you my word as a bonded knight that this owlbear would not harm a fly, and furthermore, he will cause no problems to your hamlet here.
Yeah.
And then from the doorway, I'm just like, unless you give him a reason to.
Oh, hello, Orlo. He doesn't even turn around. He doesn't even look. He doesn't even look at Orlo.
Head drop. Hi, Orlo.
And Steve, hearing Orlo yelling over top of Roland, Steve picks his heads up and like looks at the door and like cocks his head, and then hears the people behind him and like cocks his head around to the back, and then stands up.
Oh no. All right. Oh, go ahead, please.
So you see, once you roll the 4 and the 3, the person to the left has to drink, and because you're to the left of me, that means you have to drink.
I'm really bad at this game.
Are they still playing Squire's dice in there?
They're playing some dice, Squire's dice, drinking dice.
Right. Whenever the older person at the table rolls, the younger person has to drink.
As long as they're to the left 3 times separated.
No, that's Squire's dice.
Gotcha. Yeah, then they're playing that.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think I'm either about to fight or puke, so give me a moment here. We're going to decide. Ladies and gentlemen, and he tries and gets everybody's attention.
And Steve's kind of like puffing his feathers, and the guards kind of like back up a little bit, and then they look at you when you say that.
I promise you, I give you my word as a bonded knight of the Fleur Blanc that this creature is of no concern to you and will cause no harm as long as you do not provoke it. Now, what you're doing now, surrounding it and causing a lot of yelling and gesticulating, this is very much provocation. So if we could all just return to our posts, I think that we will find in the morning we will laugh about this entire regrettable incident.
Orlo just nods in the doorway.
They kind of all look at each other and then see that like the owlbear's kind of like clawing at the ground. And the one that started this whole incident kind of takes a step back and goes, he's going to stay here and make sure nothing happens. But if it does,
He'll be here.
Okay, well, friend, I would implore you to keep a distance from the owlbear's mouth. It is a voracious creature. I say the same for Max, my horse down there. He is not voracious, but he is rather cold-hearted.
Orlo nods again.
and he kind of just like looks at you and then looks at Max and is like, and he just like he lets go of his sword that's on in his sheath, and he goes, you know what? I don't have time for this.
Well, that makes 2 of us. And then as are the people like leaving, or are they starting to go?
The one guard does stay, but the rest of them do kind of start to fuck off.
As Roland sees that the situation's sort of de-escalating and the crowd is dispersing, he looks to the owlbear and he looks to the guard and he looks back over his shoulder at Orlo and he nods once And then he pukes all over the the hitching posts. Oh, that's one always feels better afterward, don't they? Orlo, I need something to wash this taste out of my mouth if you would accompany me inside.
I hand him the water pouch. It still has...
No. A man could drown in this stuff, and he puts the water pouch like back in Orlo's chest and goes back inside of his drink.
His fresh drink.
Yeah, as Roland comes back in, Emmerin is just going to point at the table. Got another. So, Laya, now that you've got the...
Laya, make a Constitution saving throw.
That's a nat 1.
So, Emmerin, as you make Laya do another shot, as Sir Roland and Orlo walk back in, all three of you get to witness Laya as she just goes, she takes another drink and then just proceeds to...
All of that is Squire's dice.
Wow, we call it something different, but I'm glad to know you know the game.
All this game in the book. Who amongst us has not lost a game of Squire's dice? And he sits down very heavily in his chair.
I've only just found out about it, so me.
Well, let's play it around.
No.
Emmerin's gonna grab Laya, throw him up on his shoulder, look at the barkeep, and be like, "You got rooms?"
And she nods and she pulls a key off the key ring and hands it to you, and just holds up 5 fingers, and it'll be 5 silver for the night.
He'll slide a gold across. It's like, for all of us. And let's have some breakfast in the morning, perhaps.
And she slides it, she pulls it off the bar and slides it in her pouch and just like nods very quickly.
So Emmerin will take Laya up to the room, throw her onto a bed, walk back down to the table, and sit down and teach Orlo along with Roland how to play Squire's dice.
Fantastic. Well then, I think since we're going to head towards Elmenhof, this is probably a good place to call it, unless you guys have anything else you want to do in town immediately while you are hammered.
Puke.
You're unconscious, you shush.
And you don't want to puke in your bed. That's...
Make a death saving throw.
Not her bed, to be fair.
I don't have to clean it up.
You have to sleep in it.
Sure. No, I'm good. I think we're gonna drink till we pass out, and then let Orlo put us to bed.
Good enough.
I was going to. Is Gad still in the bar?
Yes.
Okay, how's he doing?
He's alive.
In that he's breathing, or
Yeah.
Is he like passed out?
He's not passed out, but he is very, very drunk.
Okay. Roland's going to say to Orlo and Emmerin, excuse me, gentlemen, I shall meet you here in the morning. And he's going to go up to Gad and say, "Come on, Gad, it's time to go." And he's going to like Saving Private Ryan, like pick him up,
and carry him.
Yeah, take him. Well, sort of like half stumble, half drag, take him back to his house. And
Roland, I just paid for the rooms in the joint. If you want to keep him here.
Yeah, I think it'd be a better idea to have him stay here than in that empty house. And
That's what I was thinking.
You take him up to the room. You have saved me a walk, Emmerin, and for that I thank you.
I guess you're not all bad.
So you set Gad down on the bed, and he pats you on like the chest. Basically, he's like, "You're a good guy. You're a good guy."
Good guy.
And then just passes.
I love you, man.
Roland nods and says, "I am compelled to be." And then he goes and sits down. If there's another bed in the room, and if not, he'll pass out in a
So
chair.
all of the beds, or excuse me, all of the rooms, they have 4 beds in them. So however you choose to divvy that up.
How many rooms are there?
So being that there's 5 of you, she probably would have just presumed you meant 2 rooms. So there are 2 rooms. Unless you
Okay.
want more, then we can.
I mean, I gave her a gold, so whatever we want to do with that. We could all have our own room. Push the 4 beds together and make one giant bed.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Now you're thinking.
I guess I will have taken Gad in the room that Lyle was not in.
Okay. And then Emmerin and Orlo.
We'll sleep in the room where Laya was, I guess, so we can watch her not die.
So then all of you sleep, long rest. I don't think Orlo, that matters for you, I suppose.
Yes, it does.
You wake up, you probably don't feel great. There is breakfast waiting for you, and that is where we will pick up next session on the, what will that be? The 1st of Firewane.
Do I roll now or later to see how hungover I am?
Let's
Cliffhanger,
do
cliffhanger.
start of next session.
Yeah, my dice need to be reset.